the train. Commuter rail is almost here in Utah County. We have your first-hand look at the front runner.
School expansion. As more and more people move here, how is Alpine School District dealing with the growth?
And tech toys. You may have more electronics under the tree this Christmas. Why kids don't want dolls and action figures like they used to. I'm Jen Benson.
And I'm Ashley Munguia. It's Monday, December 3rd, and in Utah, it's 12 o'clock.
From KBYU and the BYU Department of Communications. This is the award-winning 11 News at noon.
UTA's Frontrunner South is finally ready for passengers. Starting this Monday, you can ride the train from Salt Lake City all the way down to Provo. 11 News reporter Brenna Donnelly got an early ride and shows us all the new bells and whistles.
For the first time ever, people in Provo can take commuter rail all the way to Salt Lake City. It took 4 years and a controversial $850 million bill to taxpayers. But starting next Monday, Frontrunner South will be officially open to the public. And UTA is just as excited as you are. Tom Brady is a new train host on Frontrunner South.
Ever since I've been a little boy, I love trains, and I'm like, oh yes, now I'm a big boy, now I get to play on the big boy trains.
And it is a big boy train. Here's a look at Frontrunner South by the numbers. The 45-mile trip from Provo to Salt Lake takes about 56 minutes, going as fast as 79 miles per hour and costing you $5.65. There are 6 stops along the way, and yes, you can ride Frontrunner all the way up to Ogden for another $4.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are arriving at Salt Lake Central Station.
But despite the new bells and whistles, the line Frontrunner follows is actually more than 100 years old.
This was built with hand carts and horse-drawn plows and things like that. Well, we're coming through with bulldozers and a lot of high-powered equipment to take it up to the 21st century.
Passengers on Frontrunner can also browse the internet with free Wi-Fi and eat on the train. UTA says it's their way of helping riders breathe easier on the trip. But of course, more public transport will help all of Utah breathe easier with better air quality.
We see that as really something that we can contribute to the community. Have people look at the options during these bad air quality days, and we think transit can be an important part of that solution.
And passengers say the scene is beautiful.
It's a marvelous ride. I'm seeing countryside I have never seen.
UTA expects about 8,000 people to ride the new stretch every day, and if demand increases, they can always add more train cars. On the Frontrunner train, Brenna Donnelly, 11 News.
If you can't wait until Monday to ride the rails, UTA is offering a free ride day this Saturday, and the only fare, bring a can of food to the station to give to the Utah Food Bank.
Centerville police are investigating a 19-year-old man they suspect damaged more than 9 cars. They are not releasing his name, but police say someone spotted the man kicking vehicles on Thanksgiving morning. They say he attacked cars in an apartment parking lot, then crossed I-15 and continued damaging cars at an auto dealer shop. Police say the man was drinking before the incident. Authorities found the wreckage of a plane that went missing last week. The pilot and 2 passengers were all found dead about 15 miles outside of Fillmore. The plane was traveling from California to Wyoming and had refueled in Fillmore. Officials are not sure what caused the crash, but say it was found near the top of a mountain.
Summit County Police seized 140 pounds of marijuana in 2 different traffic stops. During one of the stops, the deputy smelled marijuana and brought a drug-sniffing dog to confirm his hunch. Police found 40 pounds of drugs, firearms, and thousands of dollars in cash. In another traffic stop, another drug-sniffing dog found over 100 pounds of pot in the car's trunk. No Child Left Behind is no more, but there's a new rating system and the numbers are out. Utah schools scored an average of about 400 out of 600 in the new system. You can see how the schools in your area did by going to our website 11news.byu.edu and clicking on our link to Utah schools.
Utah schools are gearing up for growing pains. Experts say the Provo-Orem area is the 4th fastest growing in the nation. So what does this mean for our schools? 11 News reporter Jessica Black spoke with officials. Jessica, are district officials ready for the increase?
Yeah, the numbers are in from the software company Pitney Bowes, and school districts in Utah look like they have some work to do in upcoming years. Utah school officials are taking a look at growing numbers because economists are saying more people in the Utah County area could mean a challenge ahead.
You have more students that you have to find a place for.
But the growth is something the district has already known about and taken care of for the next few years.
We do look ahead so that we can plan on it so that when we all of a sudden have growth, it's not a surprise. We're ready as far as buildings and as far as people.
Bromley says we will see the same growth rate from 2009 in upcoming years.
We're going to continue growing. This year we grew about 2,500 students, and it's looking like about every year we're going to continue growing at about that rate.
It shouldn't come as a surprise. With more students comes more expenses, and a recent bond that was passed in the Alpine School District worth $70,000 should take us to 2016. She says the bond will cover new schools to accommodate the growth, the middle school in Eagle Mountain, a high school in North Lehigh, as well as a few elementary schools coming in the next few years.
We hope that funding won't be a problem in the future. Probably it will be, it has been, it's something that's going to probably continue to be a concern.
Bromley says that even if funds get tight, she is confident the teachers and staff they have will make every penny count.
Officials say the goal of the district is to get out of debt and pay as they go. But as of right now, they are relying on the bond that was just passed to pay for the projects that are underway. They also say they hope they won't have to pass another bond in upcoming years. Ashley?
After a group of Democrats vied for Ben McAdams' open Utah Senate seat, Jim DeBacchus took the spot. The chairman of the Utah State Democratic Party beat out a field of other Democrats for the seat. DeBacchus will take one out of just 5 Democrat seats in the overwhelming Republican state Senate. Ben McAdams is leaving his seat after winning the race for the Salt Lake County mayor last month.
And when 11 News at noon returns. Open Joe's. After camping out for hours, the wait for Trader Joe's shopping is over, and people are still flooding the new downtown store.
And Christmas Council. The LDS Church kicked off the holiday season with some guidance from church leaders. And of course, music from the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Stay with us.
There are not many things that would drive people to spend the night standing in front of a store in 35-degree weather, but hundreds of people did just that for the grand opening of the first Trader Joe's in Utah. An 11 News reporter, Randall Vaudry, was there too. Randall, what is it about Trader Joe's that causes such devotion from fans?
Well, people seem to really love this chain of grocery stores, and they proved it by waiting in line, some for hours, just to get a hold of some of their favorite foods. Many Utah shoppers have waited years for this event. A Trader Joe's grocery store is now open in downtown Salt Lake City. Die-hard fans braved the cold and lined up by the hundreds to buy their favorite Trader Joe's food.
Chocolate-covered pretzels.
Candy cane JoJo's.
Cookie butter.
David Stinson waited in line for over 16 hours so he could be among the first to enter the Hawaiian-themed grand opening.
Well, I've been here, it would have been Thursday afternoon at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Just what is it about the California-based grocery chain that causes such crazed devotion from fans?
Oh, I love all the unique products that they offer. I love the natural alternatives that they have.
And the environment is so fun. The employees, I mean, they really do have service with a smile. It's the best part.
Trader Joe's is located within a mile of 4 other grocery. But that won't draw fans of Joe's away. They plan on shopping there and will try to get others to do so as well.
Take the time and come into one store, look around, and you'll get hooked. You'll get hooked.
Okay. The opening of Trader Joe's wraps up a big year for Utah in the retail scene. Other stores, such as H&M and Crate & Barrel, opened their first store this year in the Salt Lake Valley. Live in the newsroom, Randall Vaudry, 11 News. Jen?
Sounds like an exciting place. Thanks, Randall.
Laptops, cell phones, and tablets sounds like items on an adult's Christmas list. But 11 News reporter Kathleen Keller tells us how children also want more high-tech gadgets from Santa.
Adults aren't the only ones asking Santa for a new cell phone or computer this year. Children are too. But Patty Phillips remembers her childhood holidays as more simple and cost-effective than they are today.
We overdo, too, at Christmas, you know. Growing up, we got one big thing and our sock full of sticky ribbon candy, and then that was it. But it was good. It was fine.
Many people still have that one big thing and a bunch of little things on their Christmas list, but technology and toys tend to advance at the same pace, and last year's big gift could be this year's little gift.
Electronic sales tend to go up during the holidays because most people see things like a high-definition TV or a new iPod as a pretty good gift idea rather than an everyday purchase.
People at electronics stores say they sell more products during the holidays than any other time of year.
November, there are some big days like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but December consistently we've had high sales.
Electronics are starting to pop up in places you might not expect them, like toy stores. Many now sell MP3 players, tablets, and even cell phones. In Provo, Kathleen Keller, 11 News.
Advances in technology also mean advances in prices. Many non-electronic toys can cost anywhere from $30 to $150.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints set the Christmas season off to a good start. Church leaders held the annual First Presidency devotional last night. President Thomas S. Monson spoke on what it means to give and receive during this holiday season.
Christmas is the spirit of giving without a thought of getting. It is happiness because we see joy in people. It's forgetting self and finding time for others.
President Henry B. Eyring and President Dieter F. Uchtdorf of the LDS First Presidency took their turn speaking about the spirit of Christmas. A full crowd at the conference center also saw a rousing performance from the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Ashley, last night that music was so beautiful and it was so colorful with all
the decorations, right, for
Yeah.
Christmas. Angela, tell us, will outside be a little more colorful or gloomy this week?
Well, if you're talking about the decorations, you know, the lights and everything, we'll see some color. But we might see some rain later this week, so that'll kind of make it all gloomy. I'll let you know which days there's going to be rain, so you know when you want to go see those beautiful lights when we return. Good afternoon to all of you. It's a bit of a gloomy day, but look at those beautiful leaves behind me. It's great weather. Temperatures are higher than average, which is kind of exciting. Currently, the temperature is 37 degrees, and we've got a humidity about, there we go, 75%, and calm wind speeds. If we can take a look at what we're going to see throughout the day, it's going to be mostly sunny, a little bit cloudy, a little bit overcast. 8 miles per hour for the wind speed throughout the afternoon, and then coming into the night, it'll go to about 6 miles per hour, just slow down just a little bit. Taking a closer in focus of what we're going to see tonight, we're going to have some clouds moving in, and sunset will come in at 5 o'clock p.m. It'll be partly cloudy most of the whole entire night. That is the whole entire night. And we will see a low near 34 degrees. Highs across the states, we have, like I said, higher than average highs. 45 is the lowest high for the whole entire state up in Logan and Wendover. 48 in Salt Lake. Right here in Provo, we've got 50. And then St. George in a nice, comfortable 62 degrees. If we take a look at what we're going to see throughout the week in St. George, we'll have highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s, pretty much across the whole entire week. Check that out. So we'll have some clouds coming in from today until Thursday, but then come Friday, it will be a clear day, and we've got a high of, take a look at that, 61. Northern Utah, we'll see, we can see what we're going to see in northern Utah. We'll see some pretty nice temperatures as well. And I don't know why the graphic's not coming up, but we'll have some good weather in Utah.
Great, I'm excited.
Yeah,
60s and lows in the 40s, and we might need to know Friday it might snow.
So good timing to put up the lights before the snow comes.
Still got to get to do that.
Thanks,
All
Angela.
Right.
So speaking of Christmas lights, you know, the BYU women's volleyball team lit it up over this weekend.
We did it, Ben. Sweet 16, tell us what's next for us.
Well, the team is going to have to go to Nebraska now to continue the tournament. Coming up next on sports, BYU volleyball played its final home game of the season, and now it's on to Omaha as the Cougars brought the brooms to 2 straight matches. We'll explain how the Cougars are so successful in their first tournament appearance in 5 years. and senior star. The soccer season has finished, but Lindsay Lisby Cutshaw is now in an exclusive club, joining assistant coach Elisa Rose. I'll tell you what it is when we come back. Sports is next. Stay tuned. We've got an All-American alert. The Soccer Coaches Association named BYU defender Lizzie Lisby Cutshaw a 2012 first-team All-American. Cutshaw is just the third Cougar to earn first-team honors, and fellow senior Jessica Ringham was also named to the All-American second team. The BYU women's volleyball team hosted the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament over the weekend. They took on New Mexico State and Oklahoma in the Smith Fieldhouse. 11 Sports reporter Derek McAllister went to the games. Derek, tell us what happened.
And the girls dominated in their first appearance of the NCAA tournament since 2007, and they show no sign of cracking under pressure. The Cougars started the NCAA tournament taking care of business, and 6 straight sets later, they keep their undefeated record at home intact. The Cougars are now 28-3 on the year and are gearing up for the Sweet 16. Why are the girls so successful? Head coach Sean Olmstead says it's because the girls are unselfish.
We have a bunch of good parts, and we have good depth. They understand their role, I feel, and they accept it wherever it is right now.
This is the first ever appearance in a postseason game for every girl on the team. The Lady Cougars don't have playoff experience, but what they lack, they draw from their coach. Olmstead won 2 national championships in 01 and 04 on the BYU men's team. Olmstead says the girls executed the game plan very well, and that's what led to the victories.
We watched a lot of film before the game, and it wasn't just studying, basically. It was just trying to read them as best we could.
Senior Heather Hanneman says that winning the first 2 games isn't enough. They want to achieve the goal they set in the beginning of the year.
We're not satisfied yet. We want to keep going and see how far we can take this. You know, our coach always says ride as far as we can, and so we're going to ride as far as we can. And I think we can go as far as we want.
Now there are only ranked opponents left in the tournament, and the Cougars' battle for the championship is just beginning. The 12-seeded Lady Cougars will take on 5-seed Oregon this Friday at CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska. Ben?
BYU basketball was swept away by the Cyclones when they faced Iowa State on the road Saturday. Utah transfer Will Clybourne scored a career-high 32 points for the Cyclones, leading the charge in an 83-62 victory over BYU. The Cougars are now 1-3 in games outside the Marriott Center, with the only win coming in Salt Lake at Energy Solutions Arena. The men's basketball team plays Utah Saturday, but it's the 90s version of the Running Utes that's on people's minds. Former Utah coach Rick Majerus passed away Saturday at the age of 64 from heart disease. Majerus coached the Utes for 15 seasons from 1989 to 2004. BYU women's basketball coach Jeff Judkins began his coaching career as an assistant with Majerus for 10 years before coming to BYU.
You know, what an unfortunate loss for the team.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be very missed.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Ben. Still to come on 11 News at noon. Shouts of joy. It's not the holiday season without the music. More from the Mormon Tabernacle Choir's performance when we return. Thanks for watching 11 News at noon for Monday, December 3rd.
We'll leave you now with more of the Mormon Tabernacle Choir performance from last night's First Presidency Christmas devotional.
But remember that you can join us anytime on our website, 11news.byu.edu.
Enjoy the music and have a great afternoon.